When it comes to electric work, you're usually going to find people shortcut things because it required more work. But in this video, I'm going to show you one of the worst hacks that you can find that only exists because of pure greed. It's happening more now than ever because the real estate market is exploding, and it has been for the past few years. If you're going to flip a house, of course, it's generally older, might be in rough shape, and you want to spend as little money as possible. Houses before 1970 did not have a grounding connector inside your outlet box. That simply means that there typically should be 3 wires. If we look at the back of an outlet, you're going to see a white, black, and a ground. Now, many of you out there may have been in a house that was built during this era or older, and you had to pay for an upgrade to literally run an extra conductor, or more often just brand new wire, to each and every outlet in your house. And that's the right way to fix it, and doing that electric upgrade could cost as much as $20,000. But the reason this has become the most important and dangerous hack in electric history is because you can resolve this with this small piece of wire or a simple clip. You would simply insert that clip or wire and bond the neutral side to the ground lug on the outlet. Now, in an older house, your outlets may only have 2 prongs. You don't even have a ground outlet. So you could simply replace the outlet with a grounded version, bond the neutral and the ground, and you would instantly have what appeared to be a grounded outlet. And if you use a conventional electric tester, the outlet will test good and show that it has a good ground. What's worse is even home inspectors are unable to test for this problem unless they've got a much higher end electric meter, but most of them don't, and they'll even put on their paperwork that they do not test for this specific problem. When you combine your ground and your neutral connectors together at the outlet, you're doing something very dangerous. Electricity isn't something that just comes out of your outlet and kind of goes away into something like your toaster. It actually flows through your appliance. Power starts on this black wire, your hot wire. It flows through the outlet into your appliance, whatever that may be, and basically whatever is left or unused goes back through your appliance through the neutral wire. Your ground wire is never designed to carry electricity. Well, the ground wire is there for safety. If your appliance has a fault, a short circuit, that ground wire will be used to temporarily allow some power to go through, tripping your circuit breaker and preventing possibly a fire or another electrical hazard. But most importantly, it also will prevent the appliance itself from becoming electrified, meaning that if you were to touch something like a metal washer or dryer, you could potentially get shocked if you didn't have that ground wire. So now let's talk about the bootleg ground. Now, I told you electricity is okay being returned through your neutral wire, but if you connected your outlet to the ground, you're allowing voltage to be returned across that ground wire. You're not just affecting one circuit. When you connect your ground and your neutral together at an outlet, you're actually combining your grounds and your neutral through your entire home. If you have a short circuit on any of these outlets with the bootleg ground, you can electrify the ground wire across the whole house. That means if you have a short circuit in your upstairs bathroom, your washing machine in your basement could be electrified on the outside cabinet, meaning if somebody touches that during a fault, they will get an electric shock. And this is a major problem. It's easy to hide, it's cheap to do, and it potentially saves someone doing this work thousands of dollars, and very few problems in a house can be covered up this easily, which makes this one of the worst hacks anybody could consider doing. Now, if you're in the market and you're looking at older homes, or you even live in one now, there are meters you can get that will do this test and can identify a bootleg or a cheater type of ground. But for most people, you could simply shut off the power in your house, pull your outlet cover, and look for one of those wires. But unfortunately, that may not be on every outlet. They may have just linked them together on some outlets, and you could easily miss it. So for most people, if you're going to buy a house or you're looking at something now, I would try to get an inspection that specifically covers checking for bootleg grounds if the house is older than, say, 1975. If you do find out that your home has got this situation, I would absolutely remove those jumpers. You do not want that in place. You are better off having ungrounded outlets, which is the way they were up until the 70s, as opposed to having jumpered outlets using these bootleg connectors. So if you find this situation, it's definitely against the electric code, and in some counties could be considered illegal, and hopefully this video explained it a bit better. And if you've got questions or other ideas, please be sure to leave me a comment below. And if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the Silver Symbol channel for more videos coming up.